Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are just starting in 1 minute, okay? Just a second. Let me just start the chat. Yes. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Super. Just setting up few things. All right. Good evening once again, and welcome to this day 3 of Black Belt Certification Hackathon. Yes. So, can we just quickly do the recap of whatever we have seen yesterday? So that we can take it forward today. Today, we are going to learn a very important concept, the toughest concept of this entire thing. It's called design of experiments. Okay. Yes. So whatever we have seen, can you just type in the chat box? Yesterday, क्या क्या देखा था? Chalo, quickly just type in the chat box, guys, and then we will start our session. Okay. Yes. So yesterday we started with the hypothesis testing. Right? Fantastic. Very good. So we started with the hypothesis testing, the p-value, correct? The probability value. Then the basics of hypothesis, we have just recapped whatever we have covered in the Greenbelt curriculum, correct? So we have covered about what is null hypothesis, what is alternate hypothesis, okay? And yeah, mean variance, yes. वो भी हम लोगों ने देखा. Then we have seen one sample t-test, two sample t. Then how to calculate p-value manually, correct? How to calculate p-value manually. And there are three types of hypothesis testing. The major, if you want to break up the hypothesis testing, there are three major parts. What are those three major parts? One is hypothesis for the mean. Second is hypothesis for the proportion. And third is hypothesis for the variability, right? So these are the three types of hypothesis we have seen. So in the mean, in the hypothesis for the mean, we have seen one sample t-test, two sample t-test, pair t-test, ANOVA. Remember that? One sample t-test, two sample t-test, pair t-test, ANOVA. Then in the proportion test, or in the variability test, we have seen F ratio test and test of equal variance. F ratio test and test of equal variance, right? And then in the proportion test, right? Chi-square and what was the other one? Everybody? Two proportion test, right? Test of two proportion. Fantastic. And the chi-square test. So when we have two proportions, go for two proportion test. When we have more than two proportions, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can go for chi-square test. When X and Y are the discrete data, what we have seen, right? Then we have seen the basic regression and advanced regression. So linear, quadratic, and cubic regression. Do you remember that? Linear, quadratic, and cubic regression we have seen yesterday, correct? After that, what we have seen? We have seen how to do the matrix plot. When one Y is there and multiple X's are there, then how we can do this in one shot, in one graph, how we can plot it. That is where matrix plot we have seen. And then we have seen how to create the equation for that. Correct? That is what we have seen. Everybody clear? Remember, thoda sa recover ho gaya kal ka? Yes, very good. Now let me ask you one question. How many of you are going to, first, how many of you are green belt certified and ready for the black belt examination today? Just type me in the chat box. You must be a green belt certified already because that's a prerequisite for this. Okay. Okay. Yes. So green belt certificate, because that certificate ID will be required to start your examination. Okay. So anyways, I will explain you about examination at the end of the session. Okay. Yeah, Mohinderji, it will take a little bit of time for you. Okay. Now, these are the people who have already completed the green belt certification, already completed their black belt study, and now they are revising the content in the hackathon and they are ready for the examination. Okay. So, आपका भी थोड़ा time है. All right. Chalo. So, let us begin about the today's topic, which we are going to discuss is design of experiments. Everybody just type DOE in the chat box. DOE, a very, very fascinating subject, guys. That you know, lot of statisticians, a lot of engineers, a lot of scientists, a lot of Lean Six Sigma experts are fascinated with this subject called design of experiments, and we are going to unveil design of experiments today. All right. So, what is design of experimentation? The first thing is that, right now, till now, whatever we have covered, whatever we have learned, like for example, understand this. Like for example, we have seen about control chart, stratification, time plots, right? Time series plots, etc. Hypothesis testing, regression. All these things are basically reactive way of collecting the data. Now, understand this is very, very important. Whichever data you are collecting right now is a reactive way. What is reactive way? What do I mean by reactive? Reactive meaning the process has already happened and you are just collecting the data. See the difference, huh? Like for example, the scoring. Let's say you are observing the match, the cricket match, and you are a scorer. So your role is whatever is happening, you are just recording the data of that. You are just recording the runs, how many overs, how many wickets, what is the strike rate, what is the run rate and average and whatever required run rate. So this is called the reactive way of collecting the data. Observe the process and then analyze it later. Okay. Now there is another way which is called active. What is active? Active meaning you are involved in the process, you are changing the process, you are tweaking the process, and then you are collecting the data. You are experimenting with the process. For example, let's say I'm making a cup of tea. So instead of 2 tablespoons of sugar, I will experiment with 1.5 tablespoons. And what is the test? Are you understanding? That is called active way of collecting the data, and design of experimentation comes in the active way of collecting the data. Are you understanding? Just type yes in the another example. Let's say average handling time of a BPO, the call handling time, the query resolution time, whatever you can call it. Okay. Now let's say if as a manager you give a different script, or if you are a sales closer, if you give a different script to the sales closer, and now you are observing how much time they are closing, how much time they are taking on an average. That is called active way. Reactive meaning whatever has happened, you collect the data. But active meaning you are participating in the process and then you're tweaking the process, experimenting the process, and you're collecting the data. That is called active way. DOE is one of the active way of collecting the data. Are you clear the difference between the reactive and the active way? Just give me yes in the chat box. This is a fundamental thing. Clear? Hai? And that makes this very, very fascinating because now we are experimenter. We are not mere observers, but we are experimenter, active experimenter and participants. Okay. Now, let's try to understand a very interesting story. Okay. Now, how many of you like the Bollywood movies, etc.? Bollywood movies, or South Indian movies, romantic movies, etc. Just type me in the chat box. How many of you see the movies? Movie lovers कौन-कौन है room में? Let me see. Okay. So one of the one of the very when we were young, no, there was one of the Amir Khan's picture, and the movie was what was the movie? I think I just lost the movie's name. Yeah, so Jeeta Wo Sikandar. It was a Hindi movie. The people who are watching Hindi movies, the Bollywood movies, they would understand the Jeeta. Very, very, very famous movie. Okay. So similar that kind of plot. Yeah, more old movies, old movies. Yes. Now this is also now 90s and see the time is flying, guys. Okay, so 90s and 2000 ka movie bhi old movie ho chuka hai. Okay, so generation has changed completely. Yeah, जो जीता वो इसी के अंदर fantastic. So that वाला vibe का मैं example देता हूँ. Okay, so this example will take you that जो जीता वो इसी के अंदर वाला vibe. Okay, now there are three students. There are three friends. Okay, Vijay, Sanjay, and Ajay. Let's look at this. Okay. Now, they usually go to college together every day. Okay, so they're college goers and they go to college. And one day they noticed, okay, that Sia, the name of the girl is Sia, who's Vijay's neighbor, smiling at them. That's what I said. It will give you that vibe, okay, that the college days wala vibe, okay. So these three young boys going to the college and Sia smiling at them. Okay, so just try to understand this. Now, Sia smiled at them the next day as well. And three of them were excited, obviously. It was their age, teenage. And a beautiful young girl is smiling at them. Obviously, there will be, a lot of excitement among them, right? Now, obviously, there would be some kind of quarrel that who is the person? Is it Vijay? Is it Sanjay? And is it Ajay? Okay. So, they are learning this kind of design of experimentation in their in their statistics class. So they just make one experiment and they want to conduct this experiment and observe and tabulate it. Okay, so I'll show you what kind of experiment basically they did. All right, very interesting experiment. Look at this. So Vijay, Sanjay, and Ajay. Now Sia is basically Vijay's neighbor. Okay, so you can see here she's Vijay's neighbor. Now let's look at this. Now, when these three people are there, in the first case, these three people are there, okay, and Sia is responding. Sia is smiling. So they have just plotted this. Okay, I was there, Vijay is there, Sanjay is there, Ajay is there, and Sia is smiling. Second time, Vijay was not there. Sanjay and Ajay was there. Still Sia smiled. Okay. Third day, so they put some all permutation and combination experiments. Okay, look at this. So Vijay and Ajay was there. Sia still smiled. Vijay and Sanjay was there. Ajay was not there. Sia did not smile. Wow, ताल में कुछ काला लग रहा है यहाँ पे. Okay, so the next day only Sanjay was there. No one else was there. Sia didn't smile. Vijay was alone. Vijay's neighbor, right? But still Sia didn't smile. And here is, so till sixth, okay, till sixth run, sixth experiment, you will see every time Ajay was there, Sia is smiling, right? But seventh time, Ajay is alone, but Sia didn't smile. कहानी में बहुत बड़ा twist. Yes. Now the experiment continues. Sanjay and Ajay comes. Goes together. Sia smiled. Vijay, Sanjay comes. Ajay was not there. Sia didn't smile, and this continues. Clear, everybody? Just like yes. So Sia's smile is the output they're registering, and she's smile or she is not smiling. Okay, this is what they are registering. Clear hai? Experiment to clear ho gaya. Just type yes in the chat box. Now we will analyze this experiment. Yes, interesting experiment, isn't it? Let's analyze this experiment. So to analyze this experiment, it is called effect plot. What is that? Effect plot. Just try to understand. This is called effect plot. So we have taken Vijay's data. So it is like how many times Vijay was absent. So, how many times Renu smiled. So when he was absent, Renu smiled 3 times. When he was present, Renu smiled 3 times. So Vijay's presence or absence didn't have any kind of impact on Renu's smile. Are you understanding? Just come to Sanjay. Sanjay was absent. Renu smiled twice when he was absent. When he was present, Renu smiled for 4 times. So there is a small kind of slope you can see. Okay, we have seen the slope. Right? Slope we have seen. This one as well and the flat one as well, right? Correct? So Yes, and the third one, look at this third one, okay? So Ajay, when Ajay was absent, Sia smiled only once, but when Ajay was present, Sia smiled 7 times, massive 7 times. Look at the slope, maximum slope. So who is the winner? Type in the chat box. Who is the winner in this context? Type in the chat box, guys. Ajay. Why? Because when he was present, barring only once, okay? Hey, Ajay Devgan. So, barring only once, all those times she winked, she smiled, and that gave Ajay the confidence. Yes. So this is the girl must be interested in me. Right? But so this is called experiment. So they have done permutation combination and just check what is the impact of that. And with the help of statistics, statistical and graphical analysis, we can analyze it systematically. This is called, this is called design of experiments in a very short form of it. Clear, everybody? Very nice example. Yes or no? Amazing, amazing. All right. So let's go deeper into that. Clear? समझ में आ गया? So it's an active way of collecting the data rather than reactive way. Okay, it's an active way. You are experimenting actively, and then you are analyzing the situation. Okay. Now, before the design of experimentation, there was a concept called one factor at a time. Let's understand this. Okay. The experimentation used to happen in one factor at a time situation. Okay. Now, what is one factor at a time? Let's try to understand. Now, one factor at a time is also called as OFAT. OFAT, one factor at a time. Now, let's try to understand this. Okay. Imagine we want to do the experiments, and these are factors. These are x1, x2, x3, x4. Just like, let's say I want to make a cup of tea, it will be sugar, milk, tea powder, water, then ginger, and all these things. Okay. So these are factors. Now, in the traditional one factor at a time design, now understand this. Every what you can say, every factor, there would be some levels. Now, what is levels? Levels meaning the experimental range. Experimental range meaning, for example, for this is, let's say, for the first one is sugar example. Okay. The first one is sugar. Now we will take 1 tablespoon sugar and 4 tablespoon sugar. So 1 is the minimum, 4 is the maximum level of this. Okay. So for 1, which is the lower level, the the sign will be negative, which is minus, and for the higher setting, the sign will be positive or plus. Okay. So whenever we see a minus sign, that is a lower setting. Whenever we see a plus sign, that is the higher setting. Okay. Let's say then milk. Let's say milk. So milk will be 50 ml and 100 ml. So 50 ml is the minus, which is the negative sign, and the plus, which is 100 ml, which is higher side. Okay. So similarly, all these 7 factors are there. The first trial is always run in all what you can say minus setting, which is your lower setting, and they will do the experiment of this. Have you understood this setting, guys? The highest and lowest setting, if it is a negative sign, it will be a lower setting. If it is a plus sign, it will be the higher setting. Clear, everybody? Just give me a chat box. Super clear, everybody? Very nice, very nice. Now the one factor at a time. In that, what we do here. So in the second trial, they will change the first setting of the factor number 1. Only factor number 1 ka lower setting. Meaning, for example, in the second run, instead of 1 tablespoon, they will put 4 tablespoons of sugar. Okay. Remaining all will be as it is. And then they will test. So here it will be test. So what we are capturing here is test. So in the first run, whatever was the test. So test can be measured on the scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Let's say the scale is, this one says 5. The second one says maybe 6. Okay. Then what will happen is the third trial, they will reduce, they will change the first factor again back to the original setting of minus. Now they will change this factor to plus. Rest everything will be same. Okay. And then they will check the test. So similarly, they will just alter 1 by 1 factor. That is why it is called 1 factor at a time. Are you clear with this situation? This kind of experiments. So rest all the factors will be constant. Only 1 factor they will experiment, will change, and they will check the impact of this factor changing on the y. The test is my y. Have you understood this? Just type yes in the chat box. Only 1 factor they are changing, and they want to check the impact of this on the output. Clear? This is called 1 factor at a time. Okay. Now, as the days passed, the 1 factor at a time change into keeper strategy. What is that? Keeper strategy. What is keeper strategy? Keeper strategy is nothing but the extension of 1 factor at a time. Okay. Yes, chemist labs में हम लोग यूज करते हैं, इवन फार्मास्यूटिकल्स में भी 1 factor at a time बहुत सारे फार्मास्यूटिकल्स यूज करते हैं स्टिल टुडे एज वी स्पीक. ओके. एपीआई इंडस्ट्री में यूज करते हैं, फार्मा में, केमिस्ट्री में, बहुत सारे इंडस्ट्रीज में still 1 factor at a time is still being used. Now with this, after today's session, you can absolutely change it to the design of experimentation and you will realize the power of it. Okay. Now coming back to keeper strategy. In keeper strategy, the setting remains exactly same. Only difference is, okay, the first run will be all minus. Second run will be, the first one will be changed. Okay. Now they will check the responses. Just now here is very, very important thing. Okay. Let's say first run, the reading was, the response was 1.8. Okay. Whatever is the response. After second run, the response has increased from 1.8 to 1.95. So there is an improvement. Okay. That means factor 1, when I am changing factor 1 from negative to, from minus to plus, which is the higher setting, it is giving a better response. So they will keep this plus sign as constant. That is called keeper strategy because they are keeping the optimized setting constant. Are you clear? Now, similarly, let's say, for example, then go to the third trial. They will keep the first factor setting as the higher setting because it has given a better result. Then they will change the second factor to the plus 1. Okay. Remaining all will remain as it is. Now, from 1.95, the result has dropped. Okay. Result has dropped down. So this is not working according to them. So factor 2, once you increase it, it is not working accordingly, whatever we want, if we are not getting the result. So they will alter that factor again. And then they will go to the third factor, the trial 4, they will change the third factor. Okay. And similarly, they will go 1 by 1. Whenever the factor changes and the response improves, they will keep that factor constant and they will go to the next factor. Are you clear with this? Just type yes in the chat box. Very simple keeper strategy. Keeping the optimized setting constant. That is called a strategy of keeper. Clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. Super, everybody super clear? Now, just give me yes. समझ में आ रहा है? कोई है जिसको कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा? Now, this is very common, logical, commonsensical example I'm giving. Okay. Now let's understand with this strategy. Okay. One company wanted to experiment with it was an auto company. Okay. Automotive company. Now they want to improve their mileage. Their current mileage is 18 kilometer per liter. And with this one factor at a time keeper strategy experiment, they want to improve it to 30 kilometers per liter. And they want to see what are the factors which are impacting. Okay. So our Y is equal to mileage, right? So our Y is our mileage, correct? And what are the X? So they brainstorm all the X's, okay? X1, X2, X3, X4, etc. And they found that, for example, the brand of the gas, brand of the gas meaning the HP and BPCL and IOCL or Reliance, whatever, they are the brand, okay, right? Then the octane rating. Octane rating is the rating inside the gas. More the octane rating, better would be the fuel consumption, which is better will be for the what I can say, mileage will be better. Okay. The speed of the driving. Okay, now you already know that if you go to the highways, okay, the express highways, etc., we get a fantastic mileage because there is no changes of the gears and no acceleration, deceleration, correct? So driving, speed of the driving decides the mileage in a big way, right? So whatever they have put it in the red kind of this, okay? These are the critical factors. So according to the experts, the octane rating, the speed of the driving, and the tire pressure are the three factors which are critical. Clear? So out of 8, they have selected 3 factors, and now they want to make the experiment. Okay, so here they have made the one factor at a time keeper strategy experiment. So as we see here, X1 is speed. So the factors are 55, which is on the minus side, and 60 will be on the plus side. Octane will be the second factor. The minus will be 85 on the lower side, and 90 will be on the plus side. Tire pressure is the third factor, and kilometer per liter is our Y, the output, right? For tire pressure, 30 will be the lower setting, which will be shown in the minus, and 35 will be the higher setting. Okay. Now let's do the experiment. Their target is to reach 30 kilometers per liter. Now the first experiment they start. So it will be all minus, right? So speed minus, octane minus, tire pressure minus. And they run the car and they check the mileage, which comes to be 23 kilometers per liter. Then according to the one factor time, they will change this to plus, remaining 2 will be minus, and they have seen some improvement. Okay, so they will keep this strategy to keep the speed at 60. Okay. Now they will change this to plus and it will be kept at minus. Now here they have taken a hit. Again, it has come back to 23. That means the octane is not, what I can say, working out for us. So they will keep it back to this. And now they will change to this. Okay. And there they will just observe a little bit of improvement from the previous reading. So ultimately, what is the best setting according to this? Just type yes, first, second, third, or fourth. Type in the chat box quickly. Which setting has given us the best reading? Second one, absolutely clear, right? Isn't it second one? Yes, very simple. So 29, it is very close to our target as well. So if we keep 60 and 85 octane and 30 tire pressure, we are getting 29, which is the best result. But now the question is, have we tested all the permutation combination here? Type in the chat box. Have we tested all the permutation and combination? Type yes or no in the chat box. Have we tested? No, we have not tested, right? We have not yet tested. So now now they have conducted a full factorial experiment. Understand this. Then they conducted the full factorial experiment and they found that, look at this. They are reaching up to 37 kilometers per liter, 37 kilometers, 36 kilometers. So way above the target they are reaching with some other settings as well. That means if we are not checking all the, what you can say, combination and permutation, you will not be getting the optimum desired result. Okay. So instead of one factor at a time and keeper strategy, they go for full factorial experiment. And what is full factorial experiment? I'm going to explain you on the, now this is very simple. You can also understand this over here itself. This is X1. X1, octane is X2, and tire pressure is X3, right? So the lower setting is 55, higher setting is 60. Correct? For octane, let me just remove this. For octane, lower setting is 85, higher setting is 90. So here I will say minus, here I will say plus. Here I will say minus, here I will say plus. For tire pressure, lower setting is 30 and higher setting is 35. So lower setting is minus, higher setting is plus. Okay. Now listen to me very carefully. How to design a full factorial design. Okay. How to design a full factorial design? The first factor, this is the first factor, speed, right? This is our first factor. Okay. First factor will change in every alternate run. These are the runs. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There are 8 experimental runs we have done. Okay. Now, the first factor, the first column factor will change every run alternatively. For example, it will be minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, and plus. If you observe, you will see the same pattern. Have you understood this? Just type yes in chat box. So the first factor will change after every run. First minus, then plus, again minus, again plus, again minus, again plus. Clear hai? Second factor will change after every 2 runs. For example, minus, minus, plus, plus, minus, minus, plus, plus. And the third factor will change after every 4 runs. For example, minus, 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 plus, 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 plus. So again, I repeat, the first factor after every 1 run, second factor after every 2 runs, the third factor after every 4 runs. Clear, everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. Super clear, very simple. And this is a standard way of creating a full factorial experiment. Clear? We will do it in a minute tab as well, but are you clear with this? Just type yes in the chat box. समझ में आ गया ये? Yes? Very good. Chalo, that's a very good question. So let me just remove this. Okay, let me just remove this top part of it. Okay. Now Rohit ji has asked the question, what if we have the 4 factors? So here this will be changing after 1, this will be changing after every 2, this will be changing after every 4. If we have X4 here, after how many runs it will change the pattern? Type in the chat box. 8 times. Absolutely right. And if we have 4 factors, the runs will become 16. What is the formula to calculate number of runs? Write this down. Formula to calculate the number of runs. Write it down. Number of runs is equal to L raised to F. Write this down. L raised to F, where L is equal to levels, F is equal to factors. Try to understand this. Now here, we have 3 factors, so factors are equal to 3, and every factor has got 2 levels. Lower level and the higher level. There are 2 levels, right? So in this case, levels are equal to 2. So L raised to F, meaning 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. That's why we have got 8 runs here. Have you got it? Just type yes in the chat box. Clear hai? Yeah, the truth table type. Yes. Are you clear? Just type yes in the chat box. L raised to F. Now, if you have two levels with 4 factors, yes, better we will keep it 2. Because if we change the levels to 3 or 4, number of experiments also will go up. So better to keep it 2. Of course, we can keep it to 3 as well. But as of now, let's understand and keep it to 2. Okay. Now, if number of factors are 4, what will be the number of runs? Type in the chat box. So it will be L raised to F. 2 raised to 4 will be how many? Everybody, 16 runs. Absolutely right. Instead of 8, it will be 16 runs. And there the fourth factor will be minus minus. So here, okay, it will be like minus 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 minus, and the remaining 8 will be plus 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 plus. Clear, everybody? All other factors will remain as it is, as they are. Clear? Just type yes in the chat box. This is called full factorial experiment. Super clear, everybody. Just type yes in the chat box. It's a new way of conducting experiments. Okay. Now we will come to know about some of the terminology which are used over here. Okay, so we'll just So some of the terminology. Is there any parameter to? I just missed that. Our team can just scroll it down, scroll the screen down, please. This one. Yeah, please scroll the screen down. Just a second. I'm just. Is there any parameter to decide x1, x2, x3, or for factors? Very good question. So the question Nitesh is asking, how do we finalize the factors? Okay, how do we finalize factors? Okay, for example, if we go back, in short, the question is, out of these 8 or 9 factors, right? Out of these 8 or 9 factors, how do we decide which one are the critical factors and which one are the trivial factors? Type in the chat box. According to you, how can we decide which one are the critical factors? Type in the chat box quickly. How can we define which factors we should select and which factor we should not select? Think about it. Think about it and then give me the answer. Will depend on the required outcome. Very good. Based on the experience. Fantastic. So experience also is playing a very important role here. Okay. Everybody knows about 80-20 principle, right? 80-20 Pareto principle is applicable over here as well. There will be 20% factors which will make 80% impact on the mileage. What are those critical factors? Experienced people can immediately tell you. Apart from that, in the mini tab, we are going to learn about the Pareto analysis and the p-value analysis. Okay, we are going to see the p-value. Okay, and Pareto analysis. So for the factors, any factor where the p-value of the factor is less than 0.05 is considered to be a critical factor, important factor. Write this down. The first is experience, the knowledge and the experience we have in our team. That is the first fundamental thing to finalize this. The second one is we are going to run the experiment, and where the p-value comes to less than 0.05, it is a critical factor for us. Okay, these are the two things which we need to consider. Okay, now let's come to some of the nomenclature, some of the terminology which are used. Okay, the first terminology is experiments. All right, experiment is the procedure. So whatever 8 runs we have done, no, 8 runs. So that entire 8 run is called experiment. Are you clear? When we run that 8 runs, that entire experiment, entire 8 runs together, it's called one complete experiment. And of course, it is called design of experiments. Clear, everybody? Experiment clear hai? Outcome is nothing but a response, which is nothing but a y, which we are going to basically check. Once the experiment, let's say when we are making the sugar and tea and a milk, etc., what is our response? The test. Yes or no? So test is our response, our outcome, or our y. And the factors which are impacting our y, because y is equal to function of x. We all know that. The factors which are the input variable factors, which are called factors. The parameters in the process which we are going to change, alter, these are the factors. Clear? So experiment, outcome, and factors are clear. Just type yes in the chat box. Just give me yes quickly. Yeah, very simple. This is all there in your curriculum. Okay. Now, the levels of the factors. What is levels of the factors? The levels of the factors are nothing but, you know, the minus and the plus. Remember that? The lower level and the higher level. The minus is the lower level and the highest will be higher level. Now, you remember L raised to F, right? So our levels were 2 and the factors were 3. So our number of runs is equal to 8. Now, what will happen? Not only factors, even if the levels also increase, instead of minus and plus, let's say if I keep minus, 0 and plus, 3 levels. So what will happen? 3 factor, 3 levels. So L raised to F, 3 raised to 3. How much? 27, right? So 27 runs. So only one level if I increase from 8 runs, I have to conduct 27 runs. How many of you got this? Just type yes. So levels and factors जितने कम रहेंगे हमारे लिए अच्छा है. So what generally we suggest? Take the technically extreme values, the lower value and the higher value, because in between we can do some mathematics and statistical calculations. Okay. So extreme values को USL, LSL को set करो, whatever, right? Setting maximum and minimum setting को set करो. But keep it to 2 levels only. Don't keep it to 3 levels. In some cases, we have to go for 3 or 4 levels, but that's a separate case. We will discuss it somewhere else. Okay. And then trials. Trials and runs are the same thing. Number of trials are nothing but the number of runs. The trials is 1 run, like 8. These are the runs. Okay. These are runs are nothing but the trials. All right. Now, so there are 3 types of factors in the axis. The factors, there are 3 types of factors. Factor number 1 is experimental factor. Experimental meaning the selected, the critical factors which we are going to experiment with. Those are called experimental factors. The third one, the factors which we are going to keep them constant are called constant factors. Okay. And noise factor meaning the factor which we don't have any control. Okay. So the noise factors are the factors which can neither be changed or nor can be fixed at one particular level. तो हम लोग उसको फिक्स नहीं कर सकते at particular. For example, humidity. In an uncontrolled environment, I cannot have any control on humidity. I will never have control on the temperature. These are called noise factors for me. I will never have control on the wind speed. जो हवा बह रही है उसके ऊपर मेरा कंट्रोल नहीं है. Unless and until I have a completely air conditioned room and I can change the fan speed. Okay, but if it's an open space, I don't have any control on the dust. I don't have any control on the air speed. I don't have any control on the temperature, humidity. Are you clear? Those are called noise factors. So experimental control and noise factors clear hai, everybody? Again, experiment factors are the factors which we are going to change. Noise control factors are the factors which we are going to keep constant, and noise factors are the factors which we don't have any control over. Clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. Yes. Very good. Now, this is something which is called full factorial design. The first one changes minus plus, minus plus, minus plus, minus plus. The second one is after every 2 runs, minus, minus, plus, plus, minus, minus, plus, plus. And the third one is minus, 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 plus, 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 plus. Now, if you observe very closely, if you follow this strategy, all the 8 combinations are unique combination as there is no repetition and all combinations are covered. Yes, they are non-control factor, absolutely right, or uncontrolled factor. Noise factors are uncontrolled factor. Clear? Yes, so these are the 8 runs which are the unique combinations of all these 3 factors. And neither of the run is repeated. And all the combinations are already covered into these 8 runs. All right? Yes? Clear, everybody? Now, apart from that, there are a couple of things which I would like to mention. Okay. Now, let's do one thing. We will create this this full factorial design. Okay, we will create this full factorial design on Minitab. All right, before that, let's try to understand this example. Let's try to understand this example. Then we will come to how to create that full factorial design. And then after that, we will see how to analyze that full factorial design. Okay. Now, let's understand the scenario. There is a hotel. The name is Grand Hotel, and they are famous for their sandwiches. Okay, their sandwiches is very famous. Now they want to do the experiment. The chef has been to. By the way, there are a lot of chefs also are working in our community also. Okay, I think one of the chef was Mr. Manohar, I believe. Chef meaning is entirely managing the hotel, restaurants, etc. Okay. So one of this 5-star, 7-star hotel, he has conducted a training program. He's our student, and he had shared all these success stories and the photographs in the community. It was fantastic example. Okay, what I mean to say is it is applicable in the hotel industry, the hospitality industry as well. Okay, that's what I wanted to communicate. Okay, now look at this. So these are all factors. Okay, size, brand of bread, onion, salt, and oven metal, and temperature, time of cooking, skill of the person. These are all factors. All the x's. Okay, x, x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay. Now, with the help of brainstorming, they found out these are the 4 factors which are very critical. What are those 4 factors? The 4 factors are oven temperature, brand of bread, quantity of onion, and time of cooking. They have decided 4 factors. Okay, not 3, but 4 this time. And every factor, critical factor, which is experimental factor, they have decided the levels. Okay, for example, oven temperature, the higher level will be 60. The lower level will be 57. Okay, brand of bread. Now, this is very interesting. See, for design of experiments, you do not require only continuous data. You can do design of experiments with the discrete data as well. For example, brand of bread, Whips and Britannia. Is it continuous or discrete data? Type in chat box. Is it continuous data or discrete data? What is the type of bread, brand of bread, Whips or Britannia? Is it continuous or discrete? It is absolutely discrete. Still, we can run the experiment with that. Isn't it wonderful? Yes or no? Isn't it wonderful? This is the power of design of experiments, guys. All right. Then quantity of onion. The higher side will be 2. The lower side will be 1. The time of cooking, higher side will be 5 minutes. The lower side will be 3 minutes. Clear? Now they want to conduct an experiment. Okay, so open the Minitab's worksheet. Everybody open any Minitab worksheet. Open karo any Minitab worksheet. Let me write this down. You guys can write this down as well. The temperature, the setting of the temperature, you can just write this down on a piece of paper. So temperature is 57 and 60. The bread is the Wibs and Britannia. And what is that? Quantity of onion is 1 piece and 2 pieces. And time of cooking is 3 minutes and 5 minutes. All right, yeah. So Britannia and Wibs. Here, everybody has written this. So open any. I will also open it. Okay, once you opened it, just type open the chat box. Open any blank worksheet. Opened it. Just give me the confirmation that you've opened it, okay? Yeah, very good. Chalo, oh, free. Just don't look at my worksheet. Okay. We'll go to stat DOE factorial create factorial design. Everybody just follow this path. Stat DOE factorial create factorial design. Stat DOE factorial create factorial design. Everybody with me? All right. Once you click on that, I repeat again, stat DOE factorial create factorial design. If you don't have Minitab with you, just observe what we are doing. All right. So this window will appear. Everybody got this window? No, this is not a sheet. Just open the fresh sheet. Don't look at my sheet. मैं आपको ये create करने के बाद दूंगा. Okay. Yeah, just open any fresh. Abhi now we are learning how to create the worksheet. Okay, that full factorial design ko kaise create karna, that is what we are learning now. Okay, so here there are 2 levels factorial. Okay, these are 2 level factorial. So every factor we have 2 levels, right? Now how many factors we have? We have 4 factors. So select 4 factors here. Number of factors here. Just select 4. All right. And let me check. Yeah. Let's go to design and select full factorial design. Full factorial. Okay. Now there is an advanced design of experimentation, which we cover that in the master black belt level. Advanced design of experimentation, where we go for, half fraction factorial, quarter fraction factorial, confounding. Okay, a lot of advanced levels, or mixture design, where the chemical industry people can use. A lot of advanced level design of experimentation we cover in the master black belt. Okay, now coming back to full factor, select full factorial here. Okay, now number of replicates. Okay, number of replicates. As of now, just keep it 1. Just keep it 1. I will explain you what is replicates. As of now, just keep it 1. Okay. And just say okay. Everybody with me till now, just type yes in the chat box. So I repeat again. I went to stat DOE factorial full create factorial design. I selected 2 level factorial is already by default. Number of factors are 4. I went to design. I selected full factorial. I say okay. I go to factors. Now in the factors, I will select, okay, the factor's name. Now you need to type the name of the factor. Okay. Just type the name of the factor. What is the name of the factor? First is the temperature. Just type temperature. The type is numeric. The lower setting is 57. The higher setting is 60. Everybody just type this. Temperature, numeric, lower setting is 57, higher setting is 60. Okay. The second one is bread. Second one is bread. The type is not numeric, it is text. So the lower setting is Britannia. So I will just type Brit. And higher setting is WIBs. So I will type WIB WIBs. Okay. The third factor is onion, the type of the number of onions. Okay. So I will write onion numeric. The lower setting is 1 and the higher setting is how many? 2, right? Just follow this. Then the fourth one is time of cooking. So I will type time. It's a numeric setting. Minimum is 3 minutes and higher is 5 minutes. Everybody just follow this. Just type yes in the chat box. If you have typed this, just type yes in the chat box. Just type done. एक बार factors में जाके enter all the factors. Just type done, done, done. Okay. And say okay. All right. And say okay. All right. Okay. Just one small thing. Just one small thing. It has been randomized. Okay. एक बार थोड़ा सा option में जाते हैं. All right. Just for our simple understanding, randomize run को right now uncheck करो. हम लोग बाद में करेंगे, चेक करेंगे. Randomize run को right now uncheck करो. Okay, I close it again. Go to option. Go to option. And now, how do I come back to this? How do I come back to this? Just click on Control E. Just click on Control E or click on this edit dialog box. Okay. You will come back again. Go to option and uncheck the randomize run. All right. And say okay. And say okay. Oh. Yes, now everybody got this. Just type yes in the chat box. Now just try to understand this. Now this is L raised to F design. We have 2 levels and 4 factors. So how many runs will be there is equal to 16 runs. Clear, everybody? So we have got 16 runs. So this is x1, x2, x3, and x4. Okay. You can see here minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, etc. The second one is minus, minus, plus, plus, minus, minus, plus, plus, etc. Okay. The third one is minus, 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 plus, 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 again minus, 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 and plus, plus, plus. Okay. And the fourth one is all 8 minuses and all 8 pluses. Are you clear with this? Just type yes in the chat box. Everybody got this design? This is called a basic design. This is called a basic design. Now, what is suggested by the statisticians is, now yesterday also in the design of in the gauge R&R, we have randomized the runs, right? Do you remember? How many of you remember in the gauge R&R day 1, when we did the gauge R&R study, the runs were randomized. It was not sample number 1, sample number 2, sample number 3. We were always randomize it. Sample number 1, then sample number 4, then sample number 5, because to eliminate the bias from the system. Are you clear? So we have to randomize it. All right. Now, how do you randomize? Let's go back to the same thing. Edit dialog box. Go to option. Now here, let's randomize it. Okay. Now, do you remember if we keep the same base, all of us will have the same randomized order. Are you understanding this? Now, remember this. If we keep the same base, okay, if we check the randomized runs in the option column, and if we keep the same numbers, let's say 1, 2, 3, everybody just put 1, 2, 3 in the base of random data. 1, 2, 3. That means software will keep the same base for everybody. So the randomized runs will be exactly same for everybody sitting in the room. Clear? And just do that. Click on OK. And now, apart from that, one more setting also we have to do. Go back to the design once again. Go back to the design once again. Now here we will replicate the runs as well. What is replication? Replication meaning, try to understand this. Replication meaning what? Instead of only once, we will run every run twice. Why twice? Why twice? Because, understand this, if it's the same setting, understand this, the same setting, the results are exactly close to each other, that means there is no influence of the noise factor. Just try to understand this. Huh? Just try to understand this. Okay, what is noise factor? The factor, let's say, imagine one situation, the wind speed. Okay, open environment है और wind का flow आ रहा है. Okay, but we don't have any control over it. Now, if I just throw the ball, let's say, and I want to check the distance of the ball, how many meters it has fallen. Okay. Now, if I only threw it once, I will never able to gauge the impact of the wind, wind speed on that. Okay, or the wind flow on that. Now, what I will do, I will throw the ball again, second time. Now, if there is some other impact, okay, so there will be some kind of noise factor impacted because of that. Now, to identify the noise factor, okay, or the error, we have to replicate it. What does it mean? Instead of only once, we have to run the experiments twice. So, in the number of replicates corner points, just type 2. That means every run will be run twice. Okay, just do that quickly. 2. Okay, where will you find this? Go to design and just select 2 over here in the second option and say okay. And now you say okay. Now go back to this. Okay, now you have the entire 32 runs. You can scroll it down. You will find 32 runs data absolutely available. Now what you will do, you will keep the temperature 60, Britannia bread, 1 onion piece, 3 minutes cooking. And then here you will basically test the test. Okay, if the test is 7. Okay, for the second experiment, test will be, let's say, 6. And we will take all the 32 readings and then we will analyze the data. Are you clear? How to create this design? Are you clear with this? Just type yes in the chat box. Just to eliminate the bias and eliminate the impact of the noise factors, we have to do the randomization and the replication. Everybody got this? Just type yes in the chat box. Super clear है सब कुछ? Very good, very good. Now what we will do, I'm just sharing one file with you. Okay, this is a file. Just open this file. And once you have opened the file, let me know in the chat box. Okay. It's the same file, even in the chat. Once you opened it, just type opened and let me explain you that. Okay. All right. So this must be your file. Everybody have opened the file. Now in this file, what we have done is all the test data we have put. Now we will not be able to make the sandwich and taste the sandwich and give the rating. So what we have done it on your behalf. Okay, हम लोगों ने सब sandwich खा लिए है and we have given the rating of the test. All right. Okay. Now we are going to learn how to do the analysis of this. All right. So analysis कैसे करना है हमें सीखना है. Everybody ready for this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear है यहाँ तक? Super clear. Amazing. Amazing. Yes, I'm just waiting for all the other people to open the file. All right. Done. Okay. So let's go for stat DOE factorial. Now we had created create factorial design, right? Now we have to do the analyze factorial design. Everybody click on analyze factorial design. Just follow this. Stat DOE factorial, analyze factorial design. Once you click on that, select the response test. Okay. So in the responses, there will be test. So double click on test. Yeah, let's see in the terms. Options, I don't think anything needs to be checked. Yeah, everything. Let's keep it as it is by default. Just select test column and say okay. All right. So there are various graphs you must have gotten. Have you got these graphs? Just type yes in the chat box. Everybody got these graphs? Very nice. Okay. Click on any of the graphs here. Just click on this graph. Okay. Now just do this. Click on this graph. Go to editor. Go to editor and layout tool. Editor and layout tool. Okay. So by using this, so this graph is already selected. We will select the next one, which is residual plot. Select this graph and click over here. Residual plot. अच्छा ये तो आ गया है already. So let me just deselect this. The effect plot on test. Select this. And in the third, just type और कौन सा प्लॉट आया है? Pareto chart. Okay. And just expand this. Everybody could go for this. I'll do it once again. Just click on this. So just select any, just select any graph. Okay, whichever graph you want to select, just select on that. Go to editor, go to layout tool. What I'm doing is I'm just showing all the graphs in one shot so that you can just exactly check this. Okay. Now select this layout tool. Now this, the one which you have already selected, it is already done. Now look at this. Okay. यहाँ पे देखिए. तो ये क्या कर रहा है basically tool? You can see here, rows are 2 and columns are 2. Can you see here? If you want, you can change it to 3, 3, 4, 4. Similarly, those many graphs you can show. Okay. Right now, I have just selected 2 by 2 grid. 2 by 2 meaning 2 on the top, 2 at the bottom. Okay. 2 by 2 grid. Okay. Now, what we will do is, now there are, yeah. So this one is already selected. Okay. Which is residual plot. Now we will select this Pareto plot. Just select this one and click on this arrow. It will get selected. And we want the third one is which one we said? Yeah, this one. Okay. The standardized effect. The effect in standardized effect either hai. This one. Just select this one. Okay. Effect plot for test. Everybody got this? 3 factors. Yeah. So residual plot, Pareto chart, and standardized effect ka normal plot. हम लोगों ने ऑलरेडी ये सब सीखा है. आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू क्विकली टच अपॉन दिस. ओके, अगर नहीं किया तो भी सेपरेटली ग्राफ आप देख सकते हो. ओके, इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू डू दिस, नो, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. नाउ अंडरस्टैंड दिस. नाउ जस्ट फोकस हियर. This is the first plot, first graph. Okay. I think there is a time series plot as well. Time series plot. Time series plot को भी select करो. If you have got time series plot, उसको भी एक बार select करते हैं. Just take it over here. तो time series plot में भी क्या दिख रहा है? Time series plot. So, so this is what you can say here is it's a randomized pattern. So because it is randomized time series में हमको बहुत कुछ ज्यादा दिखने को नहीं मिलेगा. Okay. Now let's come to this residual plot itself. Now what is residual? Try to understand this. Now yesterday we have seen the regression analysis, right? There is line of best fit and there are the points on both the sides of line of best fit. Yes or no? Everybody, yesterday's regression analysis, everybody remembers? We have seen the line of best fit and both the points were on the both side of line of best fit. Everybody remembers that? Just type yes in the chat box. Yes, किसको नहीं याद है? So there is a line which passes through the line of, which is called line of best fit, which passes through all the dots, correct? Now, what is residual? Residual is the distance between this point and this line of best fit, this one. This distance is called residual. This is, let's say, R1. Let's say this distance is R2. The vertical distance, okay? Let's say this is R3. This is R4. These are various residuals. Are you clear? Now the software checks all the residuals and does the normality test, the normal probability plot. Okay. So here you can see they plot the histogram of residuals, which is called standardized residual. What is standardized residual? Standardized residual meaning, for example, let's try to understand this. What is standardized residual? R1, R2, R3, etc. All these are residuals, right? If I take the take the standard deviation of the residuals, okay, that will be called as standard deviation of the residuals. And if I take R1 divided by standard deviation, R2 divided by standard deviation, R3 divided by standard deviation, it is called standardized residual. This is normal residual and this is standardized residual. Are you clear? If I divide the residual number with the standard deviation, it is called standardized residual. Are you clear with this? So they have created a histogram of standardized residual. Just type yes in the chat box if you have understood this. Clear hai? So what we need to check is, is it a normal distribution observed? Can you see a normal distribution? Just type yes or no in the chat box. Are you observing a normal distribution? Yes. Okay. Now this is, if you remember, the Anderson-Darling normality plot. After the histogram, we used to check the normality of that, right? So this is the normality test. Okay. Now in this versus fit, okay, and versus order, what we need to check? In the versus fit, we are checking the mirror image. Just like in the histogram, we have the mirror image. In the versus fit, we are having the mirror image. Okay. This is nothing but the standardized residuals are plotted in this fashion. That's it. It's the same data which is used in the histogram. The same data we are using in the versus fit. If the data is not normal distributed, if it is skewed distributed like this, then versus fit also will not have mirror image. There will be some distorted image you can see. Okay. And in the versus order, the standardized residuals if the standardized residuals are between +3 and -3 standardized residuals, within the band of +3 and -3 standardized residuals, that means this data is stable data. This is called residual analysis. Initially, it might seem a little difficult, but this is absolutely easy. Just observe this once. All right? Okay. So फिलहाल के लिए मैं टाइम सीरीज प्लॉट को निकाल रहा हूं यहां से. टाइम सीरीज प्लॉट को मैं यहां से मैं सिलेक्ट करता हूं और यहां से मैं निकाल रहा हूं. ओके, ये तीनों पे ही फोकस करो. ओके, रेसिडुअल प्लॉट क्लियर है? जस्ट टाइप यस इन द चैट बॉक्स एवरीबॉडी. Is residual plot clear to you? Super clear? Okay, so that is giving that whatever experiments we have done, there is no abnormality found. Abnormality bilkul nahi hai. Okay. Now coming back to normal plot of standardized effect. Okay. So the software is plotting. Yeah, the software is plotting the standardized effect against the percentile. Do you remember percentile? The day when we studied percentile, quartile, etc. So standardized effect will be on the x, and percentile will be on the y, and this red is the line of significance. Okay. Now, whichever are very close to this line are not significant factors, but whichever are away from the line of significance and shown in the red are significant factors. Now you can observe here, factor C and factor D are a little away from, factor D is a little away and factor C is far away from it, okay, from this line of significance, right? So these factors are actually significant factors, though factor C and factor D. So what is factor C? You can see this legend here. Factor C is quantity of onion and factor D is time of cooking. Clear, everybody? C and D clear hai? Okay. So what do we see here? These two factors are critical factors. Okay. Now the same is reflecting in the Pareto. I said you right, the 80-20 principle. So there will be 2 to 3 factors which are very, very critical. Now you will be amazed to see here C and D. See, C is very far away over here. In the Pareto chart, also it is very, very far away. It's the highest impact making factor in the test of T. What does it mean? The onion is impacting the taste of the sandwich the maximum. Then the D is time of cooking. Okay, 3 minutes and 5 minutes. So time of cooking also plays a very crucial role. Now, what is this CD, A, B, C, D, B, C, D? Understand this. Okay. See, when we have factor A, B, and C, there are interaction effect of that. What is interaction effect? There is an interaction effect of AB. There is an interaction effect of AC. There is interaction effect of BC. And plus, there is a three-way interaction ABC. Just try to understand this. Huh? So this is called main effect. This is called two-way interactions. This is called three-way interactions. Have you understood this? Just type yes in the chat box. Have you understood this? Just give me yes in the chat box. So A, B, C are the main effect. A is main effect, B is main effect, C is main effect, D is main effect. There is A, B, A, C, A, B, A, D. All these are two-way interactions. And then there is A, B, C, B, C, D, A, C, D. All these are three-way interactions. Okay? Yes? For us, actually speaking, the main effects are very important. Two-way interactions are moderately important. Three-way, four-way, etc. are not important for us because they will have very limited impact on our output. So main effect and two-way interactions are very important for our analysis. Clear? So as of now, we are observing that factor C and factor D are critical factors for us. Are you clear with the just like this in the chat box? Yahan tak clear hai everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. Clear, everybody? Super clear? Okay. Amazing, amazing. Let's move ahead and go back. Okay, इसको थोड़ा सा कम करते हैं. Go back to the sessions window now. Okay. या इसको बंद ही कर देते हैं. Okay, go back to the sessions window. Sessions window पे click करो and just scroll it up. Scroll it up. Sessions window पे click करके scroll it up. Now you will observe lot of data here. Are you observing this? Sessions folders पे कैसे जाना है? How do we come to here? You just have to the short keys Control Alt M. Control Alt M. Okay, or you can just click here. You can just see my cursor. Show session folder. Just click on that. Once you click on that, you will come here. And here you will observe this equation, which is nothing but regression equation. What a huge regression equation. Are you observing this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Are you observing this regression equation here? Just type yes in the chat box. How many of you got it? Regression equation mila sabko? Very good. Super. Now just scroll it up. Scroll it up. There is something very important. Yeah. Lot of data, yes? Okay. So regression equation के ऊपर पे ही देखते हैं. Just observe this, huh? Just observe this. There is something called p-value here. There is something called p-value here, right? Okay. Just forget about VIF. VIF is variance inflation factor. Okay. ये मैं कभी तो आपको एक सेपरेट सेशन लूंगा इस VIF वगैरह के ऊपर. Observe the p-value. Do you remember I mentioned something? When the p-value is less than 0.05, the factor is critical factor, important factor, impact making factor on the Y. If the p-value is greater than 0.05, that factor is called as trivial factor or not important factor. Make a note of this. Okay. Now understand this. Now here you can see oven temperature. This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Okay. So A is 0.063. So just above 0.05. Okay. So it is still, we can consider as a trivial. Or we can just consider as critical as well because it's very close to 0.05. Okay. Second one, brand of bread, 0.743. That means it is absolutely trivial. Greater than 0.0. That means Wibs ho ya Britannia ho does not make any difference on the taste of the on our sandwich. Okay. Then quantity of onion, 0.000. Is it critical? Trivial meaning less important. Trivial meaning less important. Okay. When we say 80-20, no, 20% are critical or important and 80% will be less important factors, right? Like if I draw this Pareto analysis like this. Okay. So these are the critical factors and these are the trivial factors. Trivial meaning less important. Okay. Now, coming back to this, the quantity of onion 0.000, which is it critical? C for critical, T for trivial. Type in the chat box. Is it C or is it T? C for critical, 0.000. Yes, it is critical factor because it is less than 0.05. Everybody with me? Just type yes in the chat box. Okay. And again, D, factor D, time of cooking, 0.017. Is it critical or trivial? C or T? Type in the chat box. C, again critical because it is less than 0.0. Only these two factors are critical. And same thing we were observing there as well in the Pareto chart. Yes or no? Pareto chart में हम लोगों ने यही देखा, C and D are only the critical factors. Yes. Now coming back to the two-way interaction. Okay, look at this. This is AB, AC, AD, BC, BD, and CD. These are called, so this is the main effect. These are called two-way interactions. These are called three-way interactions. And these are called four-way interactions. Okay. For us, three-way and four-way are not making more sense, but we need to check two-way interaction. Is there a two-way interaction important? Okay. So let's check all the p-values. Okay. Here it is not critical, not critical, not critical, not critical, not critical, not critical, not critical. Okay. So all the two-way interactions are not critical for us. And even remaining three-way, four-way also are not critical. All of them are having greater than 0.05 p-value. Clear, everybody? So for us, it is only C and D which are the critical factors. Okay, now what we are going to do is, we are going to remove the unwanted terms from our model. Okay, how do we do that? Let's try to understand this. Let's try to understand this. Okay, how do we do that? Go to stat DOE. All right. Okay, let's do one thing. Okay, yahan tak clear hai? Okay, we will just take a small 5 minutes break and there's a very small portion remaining. Clear hai? 5 मिनट का ब्रेक लेते हैं, बाद में आपका रिमेनिंग पोर्शन मैं कवर करूंगा. ठीक है, क्लियर है? अब थोड़ा सा फ्रेश हो जाते हैं, थोड़ा सा चाय कॉफी पी लेते हैं, सैंडविच खाते हैं. ऑलराइट, सो राइट नाउ इट इज 8:31. वी विल बी बैक एट 8:40. ओके, 8:40 को हम लोग वापस आते हैं. ठीक है, everybody just take a quick break and then we will back. We will we will cover the remaining part of design of experimentation. I will explain you how to give the examination, etc. Okay, and then we will close this hackathon. Clear? Just type yes in the chat box. Super, super. Very good, very good. चलो, so we will be back at exactly 8:40. Okay, 8:40 को हम लोग वापस आएंगे. ठीक है, amazing, amazing. All right, everybody's back. Just type I am back in the chat box. Superb, superb. All right, guys. Chalo. So before we go to the next point, I just want to share something very, very interesting. Okay, very, very interesting. Just before we started this program, okay, before we started this session, today's session at 7 p.m., I just got a message, okay, from one of our master black belt student. I'll just share the screenshot of that. Screenshot meaning I just share the screen of that, okay? Just give me a second. Where is that? Yes. All right, look at this. It's the mentor's WhatsApp number. This message was shared, and he is Mr. Tushar Kharsane. He is Mr. Tushar Kharsane. He's from Mumbai, basically. Okay. So good evening. Happy to share. Now this is everybody. Huh? Just listen to me very carefully. Happy to share the achievement. I'm selected as an operation excellence specialist in a German-based MNC in Mumbai, Koper Kharani. Okay, and it is given the name. Okay, so we have just from the mentors we have congratulated him. Yes, he has given the appointment letter, and the main thing is that due to our course, I have transformed my profession from a production guy to the operational excellence guy. Look at it. This is what 6:49 p.m. right now today before we started this. Everybody just congratulate. Just put congratulate Tushar in the chat box. So just type congratulate Tushar. Now he is our MBB student, and even he has not completed his MBB. He has just completed his black belt. Okay, but he has written, "I'm pursuing my master black belt right now." And look at it. This is so many case studies. I can show it to you. Everybody just type congrats Tushar in the chat. And let this let this word just spread to him. Okay. So apart from that, let me recollect this. Let me just quickly touch upon this very important one. Now, if you remember during our hackathon of the yellow belt, I mentioned about something, and during this. During our live this one, okay, live live sessions, okay, we declared one that is the Black Friday deal, right? Black Friday. So let me just give you a quick glimpse about it. Just 5 minutes, okay. Just listen to me very carefully. If you remember, Lean Six Sigma, there are various levels, right? And if you remember, I showed this slide in the yellow belt session, which says that if you complete your black belt and up to master black belt, okay, look at this. Okay, the range of the salary will be between 15 to 45 lakhs. And I show you the Glassdoor screenshots as well to prove this point, okay? And abroad, if you go, it is 1.5 to 2.5 CR. So master black belt is 2.5 CR. In India, it is 45 lakhs per annum, okay? Now, if you want to start any business, now, how many of you are looking to start a new training or consulting, at least capability building? If you are not ready to launch yourself, at least you would like to build this capability, just type me in the chat box, which will be a parallel stream of income, like what I'm doing, at what Tushar has migrated from its core field to the operational excellence, where he will be basically solving the problems and the projects for the organization. It's a very much satisfying feeling that we are making a huge groundbreaking differences for the organization, right? Fantastic. So everybody who's typing me, for them only, right? Now this is the screenshot. If you remember, I presented. So this is the master black belt's average salary in India, which is 39 lakhs per annum, which is the base salary, and the additional cash component of 4.53 lakhs. Okay, because you do a lot of projects. So that is the reason, you get a lot of benefits as well, additional benefits apart from your salary. Okay. And these are the companies like Amazon, Genpact, WNS. you can connect with our admin number. We will give you a lot of those kinds of what you can say companies which are hiring right now. So you will find the master black belt level jobs. You can see here, black belt level, master black belt level, 9,500 jobs right now available on the master black belt level. And there are various levels from 10 lakhs, 15 to 25, 25 to 50. Of course, I'm not saying that if, let's say, your package is 5 lakh rupees, you will jump to 50 lakh rupees. No. But the point is that there's a potential that you can achieve. Okay, you can go to the next level. You can go to 2x, 2.5x as well. I've seen happening. I've seen that people doing that successfully in our curriculum. Are you understanding this? Yes? Yes, fantastic, Maheshji. So QA, QC, NDT, and apart from that, this Lean Six Sigma, Green Belt, Black Belt, and Master Black Belt. So I want everybody in our community, okay, to upgrade themselves to the Master Black Belt. Now, what is the biggest reason? Biggest reason would be the biggest problem what we have is we do not take our curriculum, our what you can say, our career, our as a grown-ups career very seriously. Our learning very seriously. That's the only challenge we have. Let me ask you one question. How many parents are there? Type in the chat box. How many parents are there whose kids are learning in the schools and colleges? Just type me in the chat box. How many parents in the room right now? I'll give you a very simple common question. Okay, I'm also a father of two. Okay, both are going in the schools, right? Now tell me how much yearly fees we pay. Give me the bracket in the chat box. Now it depends on which is the locality. Okay, Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, UK. You just don't ask anything. It is a bomb, and we know that we are paying the bomb to even fourth standard and third standard, second standard student. Yes or no? Okay, you can just type in the chat box how much are you paying as a fee, school fees to the for your child. Now vis-a-vis for your career, which will directly impact the financial condition. Okay, yes, 2.5 lakhs. Look at this. People are 4 lakhs. This is what we are right now paying in the school students, college students. Understand this? But we will never. I'm also paying in the lakhs right now. Okay, but we will never invest. हम लोग 1 लाख रुपए का मोबाइल लेते हैं, स्कूल की फीस भरते हैं. But when somebody gives you, a fantastic offer, we will never invest, which is directly impacting your income capacity, your income capability. Understand this? So I am very, very, what you can say, I'm kind of pushing you guys. Everybody must go for master black belt upgradation. Everybody. I'm giving you the most fantastic offer in the world right now. Okay. How many of you remember the the Black Friday offer which was given last week? Do you remember that? Everybody has received those messages. How many of you remember that? Just type me in the chat box. Everybody remember that? How about if I give you that offer right now? Okay, doesn't matter you are just a green belt certified or you are just yellow belt certified. Block your seat because this offer does not come every day. All right. So I am giving you right now that offer. If you want to quickly have that recap of that offer, this is this offer. Okay. Now the people there are if somebody from what you can say, somebody from YouTube also are observing this. This is the offer what we have. So green belt and black belt, these are the offers, original prices what we have. Green belt 9,000, black belt 19,900, which is 20,000, and master black belt 29,900. But for that Black Friday offer, it was reduced to 50%. It was 14,999 plus GST. All right, and here is the link. Now this is the link I'm giving you right now, and I would urge you, I would request you, I would suggest you just go for it. All right. So this is the link. Yeah, Soel, if you can also put that in the chat. The same link for the Black Friday. Okay. Let me just copy that link. Oops. Yes. And here is the link. If you want to upgrade, this is the time. Don't think twice. Okay, because we have to go for it. Okay. And like what Tushar has done, like what other people's we have seen, the successful stories. Okay. I want your story to be displayed, which will motivate other people. Okay. If you want to do it, this is the time. This is the link given to this. Okay. So so already you have covered green belt and black belt. Already you have paid for, right? This is only for the master black belt. Okay. Now the overall link, right, is something which is very, very important for us to this. Okay. Yeah. So project is something where, there are two ways we can do this. One is your own company where you need to suggest, okay, where you need to speak with the people, management, and get the projects. Okay. Second is, the people where you can give your services. Okay. The people like SME sector, MSME sector, wherever you're staying, there is around surrounding, there will be some SMEs, MSME company. You can give your services for them. Don't charge anything in the beginning. Okay, just do the projects that will be giving them the advantage, and you also get the advantage back. All right, and that will give. And we have a lot of case studies, lot of virtual projects also you can do in the master black belt. Are you clear? So this way you can complete your projects requirement as well. First, you speak with your management. Second, you find out any company, speak with them that I will come in the in the weekends, and I will implement Lean Six Sigma. I'll give some basic training to your people, and I will implement the tools. I will give you all the frameworks. We have all the ready-made frameworks. Just use those frameworks and go with the flow, and you can actually achieve this. Okay. Yeah. Jeet Verma, your payment is through. Congratulations. Welcome on board. Okay. Yeah. Shailesh. Who is this? Yeah, Shailesh. Shailesh Shah, your payment is also through. Congratulations. Now, if you want to block your seat at 10,000, just block your seat so that this offer can be blocked. Okay. So I'm giving you that link as well. Just take this link. Yeah, this is a link where you can just make the payment of 10,000 rupees and block this seat for this offer. Okay. So it is 14,999 plus GST, or just at least pay 10,000 plus GST for this master black belt and block your seat today itself. All right. Super, super, guys. Once you have done this, just type done in the chat box and I'm going to announce it. Okay. So I'll just keep this link open till the time our hackathon session is going on. Okay. Once this hackathon is gone, then I'm going to, what you can say, take out this Black Friday offer of 14,999 plus GST. Here, everybody, grab this offer, guys. Grab this offer. This you will never get ever. And there's, the credit card EMI, SBI is also added now. Okay. HDFC, ICICI debit card EMI also is available. All right. So the people who are serious about their career and they are about to complete their black belt, go for this master black belt deal. It's a fantastic deal for you. All right. Yes, Dipti Raghunathan, your payment is through. Congratulations. See, the people who are making the payment, let me know in the chat box. I'm going to announce the names. Okay. Now, meanwhile, okay, any question you have, just type in the chat box. Okay, I've already given you the options, how to do the projects, etc. All right. Yes. Super. Now, see, understand this. I will not, what you can say, I can take you to the projects for the clients, but because of the current situation, the data security, etc., it's very difficult. And you are employed somewhere. If you are an employee somewhere, you cannot come as a consultant. Are you understanding? So it's very difficult to be a part of this. Try to understand the technicality of it. Okay. So the best way is whatever suggestions I've given you. Okay. But don't worry. And see, your current management is not allowing you to do the job, do the project. Does not mean your future management will not be giving you the projects. Okay. I will share with you, how to select the right company as well. It's not only company selecting you. You can also select the companies. You can see the culture. You can check the culture of the organization. Okay. Wherever there is a culture of continuous improvement, that's the best company for you. And that is the best company for the company itself. Clear, everybody? Amazing. Faisal, your payment is failing. Can you just check the link, the credit card, and the internet connectivity, Faisal? Okay, super. Any question? Just type that question in the chat box, and I will be more than happy to answer those questions. Okay. Super, super, amazing, amazing. Okay. Now the people who are making the payment, just type payment done in the chat box, and I'm going to announce the name. Okay. Now let's go back to our Minitab worksheet where we have done some kind of analysis, and now let's go back to the yes. Clear hai everybody? Super, super. Yes, 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 absolutely. Once you are done with the black belt, then only you have to continue with the master black belt. Okay. Yes, Mohinderji, payment done. Fantastic, super. Team, can you just confirm Mohinderji's payment? Super. So the people who are making the payment, just type payment done in the chat box, and I'm going to announce the name. Okay. In the yeah. So before we close the session, this link will be active. I've just extended this Black Friday deal for today itself, only today. It is already gone. On 1st of December, it was finished. We have just opened it now for this session itself. That's why we have taken this Black Belt Hackathon today. Okay, chalo. So let's now we are going to see how to drop the terms, which are basically yes. Mohinder ji, आपका payment आ चुका है. Congratulations, welcome on board. Yeah, there is some. Let me show. Yeah, Prithviraj, your payment is actually bouncing off. Prithviraj Guleria. Okay. Yeah, आपका पेमेंट बाउंस हो रहा है. एक बार फिर से कार्ड चेक करिए, नेट चेक करिएगा. ओके, कार्ड एंड नेट चेक करिएगा. या ब्लैक बेल्ट सर्टिफिकेशन का कंडीशन वही है, आपको कंप्लीट करना है कोर्स को, हैकेथॉन अटेंड करना है, एग्जाम क्लियर करना है, दैट्स इट. ओके, यहाँ पे कोई प्रोजेक्ट्स का रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है. मास्टर ब्लैक बेल्ट के लिए है, लेकिन आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू हाउ टू गिव दी व्हाट यू कैन से गिव दी वर्चुअल प्रोजेक्ट्स. ओके, मैं आपको वर्चुअल प्रोजेक्ट्स आपको सिखाने वाला हूँ कि कैसे करना है. ओके, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट द प्रोजेक्ट्स पार्ट पे भूल जाइए. फर्स्ट सर्टिफिकेशन कंप्लीट करिए. अंडरस्टैंड दिस, सर्टिफिकेशन आर द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग for your CV, for your what you can say curriculum vitae. Okay, once your CV says that master black belt certified, then you can what you can say apply for the top management job, or you can start your own training consulting business. That's the reason master black belt certification is required. Okay, and the biggest hurdle we have completely removed. Okay, यस, हम लोग वर्चुअल प्रोजेक्ट इसमें भी कर सकते हैं. या एसबीआई आ गया है ना रामलू, यू कैन जस्ट चेक. एसबीआई कार्ड आ गया है इसमें. जस्ट क्लिक ऑन द लिंक और एसबीआई कार्ड आपको मिल जाएगा. ओके, या काशी जी, दैट्स द चैलेंज बिकॉज यू हैव नॉट. सो काशी जी, व्हाई डोंट यू ट्राई द एसएमई वाला स्ट्रैटेजी ना? एसएमई वाला स्ट्रैटेजी आप लोग क्यों नहीं ट्राई कर रहे हो? Just connect with any SME, MSME company which is nearby to you, and offer the offer the free services. Okay, Prithviraj, done the payment. Fantastic. Let me confirm that as well. Super, super, amazing. Congratulations. So the point is that what I'm driving is just explore the ways from where. See, now we have the knowledge, we have the templates ready, we have the backup ready. Okay, we have the mentors with us. I'm there with you. You just have to send the message wherever you get stuck. You have to just send the message, and we will basically cover everything. Okay, we will guide you, mentor you. This is already available in your package. You don't have to pay extra for this. No, sweet. For the first time, Subhashi, SME के लिए, see, people are asking. So the point is, initial हमको experience नहीं है. There are two advantages we are going to get. Understand this. Advantage number one, we are going to get a practical implementation experience. Okay, here we are learning all theoretical concepts, etc. Practical implementation when you will do, then you can actually what you can say your confidence will be on the next level. एक project, that's what I said. Only do one project successfully and your confidence will be on the next level, absolutely next level. Think about it. Okay, so once you do one thing, first project को हमको payment के लिए पैसा नहीं मांगना है. After that, of course, we are going to ask, and I'll tell you how to charge money, how much is the market rate. Easily you can see per day. Consultants, we are charging wherever I am going. I'm charging anything between, if it is every SME, MSME, 50,000 to leke 1.5 lakhs per day. I'm charging. Understand this? That much of charges you can absolutely get. Only thing is that you need to basically have that experience. Okay, so एक project करेंगे, दो project करेंगे, then what you need to do is take some testimonials from them, and that will be the showcasing of your work for a job as well as for the consulting assignment. Okay, yes. See, black belt के लिए भी हम लोग, after that you can what you can say, you can balance payment link. Okay, what is balance payment? अच्छा. Balance payment link भी एक minute. Do you have that 5K वाला link? Or can you just do the GPay on? I'll give the GPay number. आप balance पे GPay भी कर दीजिए. पृथ्वीराज जी, okay? GPay number दे दीजिए उनको और amount दे दीजिए. Yeah, GPay number with amount 5. Yeah, super clear है. Now, so these are the strategies. Initial phases में आपको करना, आपको experience मिलना ना. So there is a win-win model. You are getting experience, you are getting confidence, the company is getting the result, and your testimony is getting ready. It's a fantastic, and we have also started our consulting like that only. Okay, so once you are confident, then you can absolutely charge. Okay, yes. See, आप training के लिए charge कर सकते हो, consulting के लिए charge, coaching के लिए charge कर सकते हो. Lot of options are there. First, you have to be qualified for that, and the master black belt is must for that. Okay, black belt में भी आपको मिल सकता है, but of course master black belt का कोई. So I have just removed all the what you can say, yes, all what you can say, the objections. The biggest objection is the money part of it. So we have removed that money part of it. Now try to understand. If you are taking this, okay, if you are taking the admission today, if you calculate within 25,000 rupees plus GST, 25,000 rupees, listen to me very carefully. Okay, you are getting yellow belt, green belt, black belt, and master black belt. Yes or no? Just type yes or no in the chat box. 25,000 plus GST में आपको पूरे के पूरे Lean Six Sigma के सभी certifications मिल रहे हैं. Everybody, just type yes or no in the chat box. If you go outside, you will not even get green belt in this price, and which is internationally accredited with this much of intense coaching every week, twice, and hackathon and everything, all the support system, all the courses and everything, with Minitab as well, with Minitab. So by the way, let me ask you a question. Are you getting value out of this entire engagement? Just type yes or no in the chat box. To be very honest, let's close this master black belt topic, but are you getting value in this entire initiatives, the drives, and the efforts what we are putting? Yes. Okay, पृथ्वी जी, आपका बाकी का भी पेमेंट आ चुका है. Congratulations. Consulting for SNG, yes. So मैं कुछ उसके ऊपर काम कर रहा हूँ कि how do we create a model, okay, where we can work together. Yes. CSSC accreditation itself is from US, no? CSSC is US body. So obviously US में ही तो है ही, obviously. In fact, if you go to CSSC website, okay, CSSC website में जाइए, I would highly recommend you. CSSC website में जाइए and go to check the other institutes which are Boston University से लेके बहुत सारे universities हैं, बहुत सारे colleges से, schools से, government institutes है, okay, private institutes है, government institutes, they are all accredited by CSSC. That's the advantage we have. Okay, super. Chalo, clear hai? So the link will be ready, will be available till the end of this session. Okay, I'm just putting the link once again, once for the last time. This is the partial link. If you want to make the partial payment, if you want to make the 14,999, Sohail, can you just put the link once again in the chat? And let's go to the, let's complete this. Any question you have, you can just put in the chat box, okay? Super. Chalo, let's coming back to this. Coming back to our, so now how do we drop the terms and reduce the number of factors which are not relevant? Okay, clear here? Now coming back to this, okay? Hold a minute to you, but Fertility is not connected yet. Yes, no problem. Mahesh ji, you are absolutely on the right track. आप बहुत ही consistent हो and आपके questions भी बहुत ही quality questions होते हैं, तो absolutely you are on the right track, okay? Yes, or if you have not upgraded, I would highly recommend you to upgrade to the Master Black Belt if you have not upgraded yet, okay? Because you have the potential and वो आप में passion है, okay? वो change का passion है आपको, change management का. So I think you should go ahead with this certification, okay? Yes. Yes, मास्टर ब्लैक बेल्ट को कंप्लीट करने के लिए ऑन एन एवरेज टू मंथ्स के आसपास समय लग सकता है, 2 महीने के आसपास. ओके, 2 months इज गुड इनफ टाइम फॉर अस टू कंप्लीट द मास्टर ब्लैक बेल्ट. ओके, चलो, नाउ हाउ डू वी रिड्यूस द टर्म? गो टू स्टैट DOE factorial, analyze factorial design, right? Here we will come here, everybody with me. How do we reduce the term? Or you can just go back to the same, this one, okay? You just go back to the last edit dialog box. The short form is control, what is that? Control E. Okay, control E. Just click on that. Now what we are going to do is go to terms. Go to terms. Now observe this, go to terms. Now what we are going to do is, everybody with me till now? Just type yes in the chat box. जहां तक सब लोग साथ में हैं मेरे, give me yes. Very good, very good. So now what we need to do is, now first we will select all the factors on the left hand side, okay? So select all the factors on the left hand side. Okay, so I've selected all the factors on the left hand side. Okay. Now, which factors were critical? Those factors only I will select. Which factors were critical? Everybody, which factors were critical? C and D. So select C, double click on C, it will get selected. Double click on D, it will get selected. Everybody with me? Double click on C and double click on D. Clear? Only these two factors we are selecting. Okay. Now, some of you can consider. Now understand this. There was one factor which was very close to the line. Very close to 0.05. Do you recollect what was that factor? Do you recollect what was that factor? Do you recollect that? Just check the p-values. Just check the p-values, guys. Okay. The factor was the oven temperature. Can you see here? Which is 0.063. Now, oven temperature is 0.063. See, quantity of onion and time of cooking is already less than 0.05. Okay. But oven temperature is 0.06. Just 0.01 more than that. So we can consider, okay, as a process expert, you have to take a call. Statistics is saying that, okay, this is not significant factor. But as a process expert, I will take this factor also within this. Clear, everybody? Everybody with me till now? So I am taking oven temperature, just using a different pen. So oven temperature and quantity of onion, and the third one is time of cooking. Okay. So A, C, and D we will select. All right. Now I will just quickly go ahead and go to terms, and I'll select this. I'll select A, C, and D, and then I will say okay. And then I will say okay. Wow, look at this. Okay. So here is A, C, and D. Okay, so in the Pareto analysis, it is showing all the three factors are above this line. Okay. The next line is also, you can see this one. This one is also showing A, C, and D are critical, significant factors. Okay. So we will keep them as it is. We will keep them as it is. Okay. Let's go back to our sessions folder. Let's go back to the sessions folder. Yeah. And just scroll up. Now you can just observe the regression equation with only three main factors. Can you see that? Just type yes in the chat box. Can you see that? Everybody? So this is a regression equation. Now, with this regression equation, we can predict any value of x with the help of y, and we can easily predict any value of y with the help of x. Okay. Now, once this is done, then we'll go to something very, very interesting. Go to DOE factorial and let's go to response optimizer. Everybody follow this path. Stat DOE factorial response optimizer. Just click on response optimizer. Just click on response optimizer. Okay, now the test we want to maximize, right? Our target is to maximize the test, right? So just test is maximized. Everybody with me till now? So go to stat DOE factorial response optimizer. Just give me yes in the chat box if you are following this. Click on that. And test आएगा, टेस्ट में मैक्सिमाइज करना है हमको, and say okay. And this optimizer has come. Everybody has got it? Just type yes in the chat box. Everybody has got it? Just type yes. Yes, fantastic. Now, got the same chart, fantastic. Now just try to understand this, okay? See, the optimized setting, this Y is the optimized setting of test. So with this optimized setting, we will get 7.3 as a maximum test of the sandwich on the scale of 1 to 10. Okay. And look at this. Oven temperature, this is the highest setting, this is the lowest setting. This is the highest setting, this is the lowest setting of quantity of onion. And this is time of cooking, highest setting and the lowest setting. Okay. Now the setting in the middle is the optimized setting. What does it mean? 65 oven temperature, if you put quantity of onion 2 and time of cooking at 3 and remaining all the factors at constant, okay, you will get the test at 7.312. Are you clear with this? Just type yes in the chat box. Are you clear with this? Just type yes. Yes, are you clear? Yeah, so optimizer क्या है? This is a graphical representation of the optimized setting. And this is a 2D diagram, two-dimensional diagram है ये. Okay. Now in this two-dimensional diagram, what we have done is for the test, this y is equal to 7.3. We want to maximize this. Actually, we want to achieve, let's say 10. Okay. But with the setting, whatever we are getting, we can maximum go to average 7.3 rating of the test. Clear hai? Yes? Fantastic. Now, these are the three factors we have selected. Rest all the factors we have rejected. So we have reduced our model. It is called model reduction. Okay, by dropping the unwanted terms, we have reduced the model. Okay, so these are the three: oven temperature, quantity of onion, and time of cooking. These are the three main factors which we have, right? Out of which, whatever factors are in red are the optimized setting. Okay, so oven temperature should be 65, quantity of onion should be 2, and time of cooking should be 3. Once we set this and keep remaining factors at a constant level, we will get 7.3 on an average rating for the reading for the sandwich test. Okay. Now look at this. The magic is here. Now change this red line. Just click on this red line. Okay. Now this is the oven temperature wala red line. Okay. And this red line is set at 65. Why it is red? It is showing the red setting. Red is the central setting. Okay. If you take it to the right, left hand side here, it is coming back to the lower setting. Can you see here? 60 pe aa gaya. And look at the Y, guys. Look at the test. Test has fallen from 7.3 to 6.5. Are you understanding this? Okay. Just play it around. Quantity of onion. This is already optimized at 2. Let's put it at 1. Look at the taste, 3.4. Because the quantity of onion is the maximum impact making factor. Okay. Let's change the time of cooking from 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Once I take it to 5 minutes, look at my test drop to 2.4 out of 10. Now, the best part is that I can stop at any point. Look at this. Instead of only 65 and 60, I can predict the value. Let's say if I want to put it 62.04, I can predict the value of this. Okay. Let's put back to the optimized setting again. Let's go back to the optimized setting. Every setting to the optimized one. Okay. Optimized setting ho gaya. Now let's play this around. Okay. Oven temperature instead of 65, I want to put it at 64. Okay, if I put it at 64, the test is dropping at 7.2. Without running the experiment, now I can play around this. How many of you got the bulb on moment right now? Just type BO in the chat box. How many of you got the bulb on moment? So without making the sandwich, we can optimize the sandwich test. Yes or no? Look at this. I can play around this quantity of onion. Let's say if I put 1.5, my test is 5.6. Wow. Let's say if my time is, let's say 4, instead of 3 and 5, I just put it at 4. Okay. That's what I said. You set the levels to maximum and minimum. In between, we can play around. We can always predict the value of in between values. We cannot extrapolate the values which are outside of the limit. But we can absolutely predict the value of any X or any Y, whatever in between. This is called response optimizer. And this is called design of experiments. Okay. This is just a small part of it. There are so much into this design of experiment. It's an ocean. Okay. It's absolutely ocean. Some part we have covered in the black belt. Some part we have covered in the master black belt. And this will take you to the next level. Okay. we have taken a lot of projects only of design of experimentation. Lot of pharma companies, chemical companies hire us just for conducting design of experimentation in their operations, in their research and development. If you want also do this, okay, learn this and start applying this. All right. So I think that's it from my side as far as the black belt hackathon is concerned. I hope I have added some kind of value, some kind of new knowledge, some kind of exciting stuff we have presented in last 3 days of efforts. Okay, of course, and you also, after a long day of working, you guys also enthusiastically participating in this entire exercise. Yes. So now this is a time for giving details about the examination. Okay. Now let me just give you any doubt in the this design of experiment, etc. You can just ask me right now, or you can just put that in our mentor's number anytime. Okay. Now, coming back to the examination point of view, there are few of you who are ready. Okay. So for the black belt examination, your green belt certification number is required. Okay, there is a green belt certification number. So once you put the number, then only you can proceed further for the black belt examination. Okay, so this is the must for you. Once you enter the number, only you can proceed further. Okay, now black belt examination will be similar. Okay, yeah, Mahesh, you can check the recording which is available. Okay, which is already shared. Now for the black belt examination, you can it's just similar to your green belt, but it is a 2 hours examination. Okay, and there will be 100 questions. Most of them are MCQ type. Most of them in green belt, all of them were MCQ type. In the black belt, most of them are MCQ type, multiple choice question. Some of them are some video will be given and you have to answer that video, or some of the screenshot, Minitab screenshots are given. According to that, you have to predict the values. Okay, those kinds of stuff will be there. Okay, no negative marking. That is a common trait. No negative marking, which is, what is negative marking? If you give the wrong answer, it reduces your 1 point. Okay, that is called negative marking. So we are not having any negative marking in CSSC. Okay, and 70% is the passing criteria, right? And you can go for the re-examination. A lot of people go for the re-examination. There is nothing wrong in that. Okay, and again, it's an open book test. But the moment you open the link, it will open for 2 hours, and it will get submitted automatically. Okay, so this is how the examination. Now my suggestion, okay, because today was the working day, you guys have already worked for the day, traveled and attended almost 2.5 hours of this session. Okay, now I would always suggest give this examination with a fresh mind, with a charged battery. Okay, still you have something inside you and you still want to do it. What you need to do is you just have to send a message, okay, on this number, on our WhatsApp number, the what you can say, the mentor's number. Just send a one-liner message that I am green belt certified. Just put your green belt certification number as well as what you can say, the month of the certification as well. Okay, and I'm ready for the examination. Please provide me the link. So our team will provide you the link on your WhatsApp number. Okay, then you can submit the examination, and within 6 working days you should receive your result along with your certificate. If you cannot clear with 70%, then we will conduct the re-examination test for you. Clear, everybody? Yes. So I think there are quite a few people in this room who would like to know for. Okay, so what you need to do? So if you want to upgrade for Master Black Belt, okay, you can do it right now before we close the session. All right. The link is there for the partial payment as well as the full payment as well. Before we close, I'll just be here for 5 minutes. Any question and answer you have, you can just ask me. Soel can just put the full payment link. Full payment meaning the this one. Black Friday deal. Okay, chalo. Any question you have? If no, the people who want to go for the examination, just send a message that I'm interested for the examination. And our team, if you're ready, we will give you the examination procedure and the link immediately. If you want to set it for the yeah. See this examination link. Once this link will be active, so for the week we will keep it active. Okay. The moment you will open it, it will be submitted after 2 hours. Okay, that's what it is. So make sure you are completely ready with your notes. You are completely fresh, concentrated, energetic to complete this. Okay. So if you are tired right now, I would not recommend you to go for the examination in this situation. In the because your dinner also will be there, your family also will be waiting. So I would highly recommend you select a weekend, okay, with a fresh mind. Saturday, Sunday, kuch bhi ho. Just send a message on the WhatsApp and decide the date. And it can be absolutely flexible according to your requirement. You can set up the date, set up the time, okay, and we will accordingly arrange for you. Clear, hai? So we have made sure it is absolutely comfortable for you to complete this entire certification. Okay, same goes with the master black belt as well. Okay, I've already given you all the insights about a master black belt. I will highly recommend you guys to go for the master black belt. Okay, with this. Okay, so meanwhile, I think Vrushali Dive, is it? Vrushali, okay, Vrushali Live. Okay, sorry, Vrushali Live, your payment is through. Your email ID is Vrushali Live. And Rohit Suhas .nob. I don't know. Rohit Suhas at NOV. So Rohit, you are also inside of the master plan. Congratulations. The people who are upgrading themselves, okay, the visionary leaders. Congratulations. Welcome on board. You will immediately get the access and you start the journey. Okay. Now I'm opening the forum now. Maybe this month or maybe from the next month, from the next fresh year. Okay. We will open the forum for the master black belt student where they can start the training program. We need start training people. Okay, so we'll provide the platform for you guys to come here and start training so that your training abilities will be sharpened. Okay, your communication, your confidence, the online training ability, offline training ability. So that is something which we are going to start. That will be added advantage for you guys. Okay. Yes, I think that's it from my side. Any question you have, you can ask me right now, or you want to grab this opportunity last time before we close it once it for all. I would highly recommend go for it. Okay. And partial also is available. So go for partial. That is also, and anyway, EMI option is available in all the links we have. Correct? Yes, that's it from my side. Thank you very much for joining in. Keep learning, keep growing. Yes. So, Amitji, you can just put your green belt certification number, which month you completed your green belt certification, and what time you want to go for the examination, everything. Right? Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining in. Keep learning, keep doing. This is Dinesh Patil signing off. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. All the best, and congratulations for the people who have upgraded. Okay. Bye bye. Take care. Good night.